My daughter hates me right now. She demanded I pay for her wedding, but I said no. Now she's guilt-tripping me, and I'm wondering if I made the right decision. Here's what happened. It's funny how life has a way of showing you your place in the world. Sometimes you think you have everything figured out. Work, family, the way you want things to go. Then, in an instant, everything can come crashing down, revealing how little control you actually have over anything. Right now, I'm standing at the edge of a precipice, and all I can do is watch it happen. I'm 67 years old, living in an apartment that I can barely afford. I'm not rich, far from it. I've lived my life in the middle class, doing what I can to get by, keeping my head down, working hard to save just a little for retirement. Except I've realized now that I don't have enough. Retirement seems more like a distant dream than a plan. But I've made peace with it. I have to, because what else can you do? My daughter Olivia is 34. She's always been my world. When she was little, I was a dad who would drive her to soccer games, help with school projects, and stay up late reading bedtime stories. I've always tried to be there for her, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. So when she told me she was getting married, I was happy for her. But then she dropped a bombshell. "Papa," she said, sitting on the couch with her fiancé, Lucas, "we want you to pay for the wedding." Now, let me tell you, it wasn't just any wedding she was talking about. No, she wasn't asking me to cover some modest ceremony with close family. This was a full-blown, extravagant wedding, the kind that cost tens of thousands of dollars, not something a middle-class guy like me can easily afford. And I said no, I couldn't do it. It's not that I don't love her or that I don't want to see her happy, but I'm struggling. I can't do it, Olivia. I told her, I'm just not in a position to give you that kind of money. You know I've been working hard, but I'm not rich. I don't even have enough saved for my retirement. She looked at me like I had slapped her. Her face fell, and for a brief moment, I saw the little girl who used to hold my hand, looking to me for security and safety. But that expression quickly changed. "You don't understand, Papa," she said, her voice laced with frustration. "If you love me, you'd do this. You would give me this one thing." And there it was, the guilt trip. I know my daughter. I raised her to be strong, independent. She's smart, hardworking, and has always understood the value of money. So when she said that, it didn't sit right with me. I wasn't angry at her. I was angry at myself. Angry that I couldn't give her what she wanted, and angry that, somehow, it felt like I was being asked to sacrifice my own future for hers. Then, just a few days ago, things got worse. Lucas, her fiancé, came by to talk to me. Now, I didn't mind him at first. He's a nice enough guy. A little too flashy for my taste, but he seemed genuine. But that day, I knew something was off. "Hey, Mr. Thompson," Lucas started, sitting across from me in my small apartment. "Olivia really wants you to help with the wedding. Money's tight for us, and we're not sure how we're going to cover everything." I listened carefully, but something didn't sit right. I had known Olivia's fiancé for a while, and from the outside, things looked great. But when he said, "Money's tight," I couldn't help but notice the brand-new Escalade parked outside my apartment building. It was one of those expensive cars, the ones that make you wonder how tight someone's money really is. "You drive a brand-new Escalade," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "How can you say money is tight when you got that sitting out there?" Lucas shifted uncomfortably. "Well, we financed it. Payments are high, but it's an investment in our future, you know?" My blood began to boil. "I'm trying to save for my future, too, Lucas. And I'm not even sure I'll have enough for retirement. What makes you think I can just throw money at your wedding?" He looked at me, and for a moment, I could see the frustration on his face. "Mr. Thompson, I get it. But if Olivia is your daughter, you should be helping her with this. She's counting on you." Again, the guilt trip. I felt the walls closing in on me. My daughter was guilt-tripping me. Her fiancé was guilt-tripping me, and I couldn't escape it. All of a sudden, it felt like everyone wanted something from me, and there was nothing left to give. And then, as if that wasn't enough, Olivia called me later that evening. Her voice was calm, almost too calm. "Papa, if you love me, you'll do this," she said, her words like daggers. "You've always told me that family comes first. If you really love me, you'll find a way to make this happen. Otherwise, I'll have to question how much you really care about me." I was silent for a long time. The words, "I love you," stuck in my throat. Did I love her? Of course I did. But was this really love? Was this really what a father was supposed to do? Sacrifice his future, his retirement, his peace of mind, all for the sake of a wedding? I was overwhelmed. The guilt, the pressure, it was too much. It wasn't just about the wedding anymore. It was about my entire life. The years of working hard, saving what little I could, try and make the best of what I had. And now, all it felt like it meant nothing. That night, I didn't sleep. I stayed up thinking about everything that had happened. The guilt kept me awake, gnawing at me like a constant reminder of what I had failed to do. But as the hours ticked by, a strange clarity began to form in my mind. No, I wouldn't give in to this. I couldn't. I had worked too hard to get where I am, and I wasn't going to let anyone guilt me into jeopardizing my future. I called Olivia the next morning. "Olivia," I said, my voice firm, "I love you more than anything in this world. But I can't do what you're asking. I can't use my savings for your wedding. I'm not rich. I'm just a man trying to get by, and I need to save for my own future." There was a long pause on the other end. When she spoke again, her voice was quiet, almost hurt. "You don't understand, Papa. I thought you would be there for me. But if you can't help me, then maybe I'll have to cut you off completely and sort myself out." And just like that, the door slammed shut. Before all this escalated, I even suggested that maybe they could have a small, intimate family wedding. Something simple without all the extravagant expenses. I told them that a wedding doesn't need to be a big production to be meaningful. A close gathering of family and friends, a nice meal, and a heartfelt ceremony would have been enough. But they didn't want that. They refused. They wanted the big celebration. The kind of wedding that would be talked about for years. The kind that required a small fortune. I hung up the phone, my heart heavy with the weight of what had just happened and what Olivia had said. I wasn't angry at her. I wasn't even angry at Lucas. But something inside me had broken. The guilt, the pressure, the impossible demands, it all piled up in that moment. And now, I have to live with it. There's no advice I can offer here. No easy way out. I've done what I can. I've been a good father, a good man, but sometimes that's just not enough. As I sit here, staring out my apartment window, I realize that sometimes the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the most. And in this case, it wasn't out of malice. It was out of desperation. But desperation doesn't make it any easier to swallow. I guess, in the end, all I can do is hope that one day, Olivia will understand. So please, tell me what you think about the whole thing. Am I being greedy, or did I make the right decision?